In the quiet town of Alpha, Florida, Jubilee Builders begins the framing for Danielle McLinsky's brand new home.
Hi, I'm Danielle McLinsky. I owned a home in Tampa for 16 years. Knowing what I didn't like in that house, I was looking for a house that I could customize. And I talked to a couple of builders. Jubilee has a great reputation in this area, so I decided to go with them.
This floor plan is known as the Baldwin, a spacious and affordable blueprint for living and entertaining. Today, Danielle is meeting with her building superintendent, Justin, to go over the building plans and to check on the progress of her new home.
Hey guys, Justin with Jubilee Builders here. I'm here at the McLinsky residence. Come on, have a look. We have a traditional Baldwin and it's been modified to add a garage. We start off with 1949 square footage. That is the main floor, which is your AC and your heated area.
The customization process with Jubilee was very simple. They also gave me some ideas of customizations that I could make to the floor plan to match what I wanted, which was nice because I knew what I wanted, but not necessarily how to get there.
The overall square footage is 2,600 square foot. That includes your garages, your porches, and all your deck areas. We put 3,000 PSI in our slabs. Fiber mesh in our slabs help strengthen the concrete. And in this instance, we actually used calcium in our slab because of the cold weather. We wanted it to cure proper and a little bit better. From there, we can actually build the structure. We know it's on a good foundation. We start with all the wood framing. We use 2x4s on all these. Some houses, in some instances, we use 2x6 exterior walls. But on this one, we have 2x4 exterior walls.
So I have a lot of family in this area, and I'm really excited to be able to have a home here that I can host Thanksgivings and Christmas. I wanted to get out of Tampa and all the hustle and bustle. My mom's family is from Calhoun County, and this was actually my grandfather's land that I'm having my house built on. It had been sold to a cousin. I bought it from him so that I could own the family land and build my forever home on it.
Talking about additions to the house, what we also did for this customer, she wanted a garage. It was a promotion that we were running, and we tied it into the actual side of the house. This house comes standard with a 4 foot by 4 foot stoop with a little lean-to, but we tied in the garage to the front left. That way you have access to your house coming into the kitchen area. She also wanted a bigger pantry and opted for the bigger pantry as opposed to a bigger laundry room. So we actually put in, we brought the laundry room in to give her access to a much bigger pantry.
I was looking at Jubilee as well as another builder, and I was pretty sure I was going to go with the other builder. And the day I was going to meet with them, I decided to stop by Jubilee again. I met with Matt, and we went through all of the changes that I wanted to make. Then I went over and I met with the other builder, and after leaving there, everything that Jubilee offers as standard, the other builder, it was extra. To me, the price with the other builder was still gonna end up being more for everything that I ended up getting with Jubilee. In the end, when I walked out of the other builder's location, I told my mom that it was going to be Jubilee.
Alpha, Florida is located 1 hour and 12 minutes northeast of Panama City Beach. While it doesn't sit next to the Gulf, precautions are being taken during the build process to accommodate for hurricanes and bad weather.
Right here in this corner, you can see how we're bracing off the house, and this ensures that the walls are going to be nice and plumb. We want the walls plumb, that way it translates to our trusses that are going to go on next week, and that will affect everything else going on throughout the process. If you come down this way, you can see where we got foam underneath every plate. That foam is to help with energy efficiency inside the home and also airflow in the home. We have J-bolts throughout all the plates here, and that is throughout the entire structure. They're 16 inches on center, and that helps tie down the actual walls into the foundation. You'll see that on all of our previous projects as well, because that is a Florida code that you have to have that. And then some of them even require a rod to go all the way through to the trusses. Here in Alpha, you don't need that, but we still use Simpson ties. That way we make sure it's nice and good hurricane proof. Now this is going to be a sliding glass door, so spanning over 6 foot, you're going to need a nice good header on there. This customer opted to put in 4 outlets, so we have 4 outlets on all the living conditions, and then that actually ties into our conduit over here in the wall, so our electrician can run wire through and under the slab. That way we don't have to chip up any concrete going forward. Down here we have our kitchen space. This is where the kitchen sink is gonna be, and we have our kitchen window. They're gonna come in here after they get done framing all their walls, and they're actually gonna build this up and put a window sill in here. This is a 3030 window. In this area of the build, they put bracing in here, that way they can attach their wall going into this. You actually look down here, you see where they have marked for their walls. So when they frame that wall and they stand it up, they're gonna come out to the outside here and nail off with these nailing plates.
Jubilee Builders successfully completed Danielle's home in record timing. Today we're going to check in on Danielle and see what else she has left to do with her new home.
Knock knock. Hey Danielle.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? You too.
We finished up Jubilee's part. Now she's getting moved in and getting some of her items completed and such. One of the things that I love is that she did a clear island here. So can you tell us a little bit about why you did that?
Because I just wanted a big working space. So I had the sink moved out of the island and put over on that wall and added a window so that I could look out at the deer.
Of course.
In the woods.
That's the whole point of being out here, right?
And then I also added a huge pantry because in my last house I had a very small pantry.
Oh my gosh, it just goes on forever.
The laundry room went all the way back to the wall.
Yeah, so normally the laundry room starts here, but she took a little space out of the laundry room and made this pantry a lot larger. Do you have any plans for it, like in the future?
Yes, so I'm gonna put a coffee bar in here. So I'm gonna take down some of these shelves. I had an extra plug added. The coffee bar was an afterthought after I had worked with Jubilee on the customizations. So when the electrician was out, I contracted him to have an extra plug put in here that's higher up so that I can put that coffee bar in.
I think we're on what, week 9? I think we poured January 11th.
First week of January.
Yeah, so we're on
at week 10.
Week 10. So from...
It was very fast.
Yes.
And that was with a week of snow.
Yeah, that's right. We did have a week of snow. One of the other things that she did on this house was the garage. Now it's got a lot of stuff in there right now because she is in the process of getting some things done.
And I had 2 windows added into the garage as well because I wanted it to look, it's a side entry garage, and I wanted it to look like it was part of the house and not a garage. That was my whole purpose of making a side entry garage. So from the front, you can't tell I have a garage. In the original floor plan, this is a half bath, and I didn't need the half bath. I only needed the 2. So I turned this room into, it's gonna be a storage room. But I'm gonna add shelves and possibly put my freezer in here.
With the average price of a new home in America sitting at over $500,000, Jubilee has taken steps to ensure Danielle still gets a quality home with equity on top of that.
It's always great when you can move into a house and have equity right away. I chose to paint my house myself. When it came to the flooring, I was able to find a very good quality flooring. That was something else that Jubilee helped with actually. They were able to give me recommendations for people who could do the painting if I wanted. I used their recommendation to have my flooring put down. It's great knowing that the day I moved into my house, I still had equity in it.
She's got to come in here, she's going to do her painting, she's got some flooring. I think that you said it's going in today, right?
Yes, carpet's going in the bedrooms today.
Carpet's going in the bedrooms today. She's going to come in and do some painting and such, and then it will be ready to go.
Another thing I did was I upgraded all of the ceilings to 9 feet.
That's right. Yes, that's probably our most popular upgrade.
Makes a huge difference.
It really does. Whenever you're working with a smaller square footage, you know, and if you don't have a $1 million budget, like some of the houses that you see shared on social media, 9-foot ceilings really adds a lot of volume in a house. So it's worth the upgrade in it. So one of the things that she added on back here as well was a 10 by 15 porch. Her plan is to, what you said, to screen it in? Yeah, yep. It's being, of course, you know, it's hot down here in the summer, so you want a little bit of shade and some bug protection. And now that you guys have seen the modifications that Danielle has made, we cannot wait until the finished product is revealed to you guys, so we don't have too much more to go.
And now it's time for the big reveal of Danielle McLinsky's brand new home.
Everybody at Jubilee has been absolutely great. My superintendent, Justin, he communicated with me daily when he was on the job site. He would say, I'm down here. Do you want to come down here and walk through it with me? So I walked through my house multiple times. When I first started talking to Jubilee, they told me that their average build time was about 12 weeks, but that it could go out to 6 months. What they actually delivered was 10 weeks. Within 10 weeks from the time that my foundation was poured, Jubilee handed me the keys to my new home. My favorite part of my new house is being in the woods. Up here I am on 4.5 acres of land in the middle of the woods. It's very quiet. I have deer in my backyard, and that's, besides loving my house, it's being in the woods. I have a ton of storage now. It is designed the way I wanted it. It has definitely changed my everyday life for the better. Someone asked me if they should choose Jubilee. I would tell them they definitely should, and I already have actually. My experience has been great with everybody I worked with at Jubilee. Everybody has been friendly and helpful, and when the build process ended, my relationship with them didn't end. I still have Matt reaching out to me. He also has set me up with someone to help do the sod for my yard. The relationship with them hasn't ended, which has been really nice because you're not just another customer to them.